We complete first lesson. Today we learn second lesson, history and the concept of time. Here is 4 points. First point is division of time and the timeline, measurement of time and methods of measuring time. Third point is historical periods. Fourth point is scientific methods of measuring time and establishing age, dating. First point is 2.1, division of time and the timeline. There are different methods of reckoning time. Reckoning means calculating time. Time is continuous, but for our convenience we divide it into periods. The method that we use for reckoning time depends on our purpose for dividing it and the manner in which we do it. For example, at sunrise we say it is morning now. Yes, at sunrise means in morning we say it is a morning now. When sunrise it, the day has begun. The day has begun. At the sunset we say it is the evening now. Means when there is a sunset, we know that it is evening and soon it will be night. There will be a night. When at sunset, at the end of day it becomes dark. We all know that at the end of day it becomes night. It's a night. There is no sun in the sky. This means that we divide the day into two parts, the day and night. You know the day and type night. Yes, when the sunrise there is day and when the sunset there is night. For our convenience we divide time. Yes, just we say it is a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I will come after half an hour. That means we divide the time. Okay, our earth rotates around its axis at a certain speed. You know, we all know earth rotate around its axis at a certain speed. Similarly, it also revolves round the sun. The sun has its own light. We receive light from the sun. You know that we get heat from sun. Yes, we get light from sun. However, we see light only in the daytime. We see light in a daytime. When sun rise, there is a day. Nights are dark. How does this happen? Anyone tell how does this happen? When sunrise there is day and when the sun set there is night. Why it is happen? Here is the explanation. As the earth rotates around its axis, that part of its surface which turns toward the sun becomes bright. Understand? As the part earth rotates around its axis, that parts of surface which turns towards the sun becomes bright. The part that move away from the sun moves into darkness. The earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation around its own axis. These 24 hours are approximately divided into 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of night. A period of daytime and the following night together make a one day. I will explain it. Look here. Suppose this is earth. Suppose this is earth and this light is sun. Okay, this is sun and this is our earth. As the earth rotates around its axis, that part of its surface which turns towards the sun becomes bright, and the part that moves away from the sun moves into darkness. Understand? जो पार्ट सन के सामने है वो क्या है, उस पे लाइट है, मतलब वो क्या है, डे है. उसका मतलब क्या है, उस जिस पार्ट पे सूरज की रोशनी गिरती है वो पार्ट दिन है और जिस पार्ट पे सूरज की रोशनी नहीं गिरती उस पे नाइट है. तो these 24 hours are approximately divided into 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of night time. When Earth rotates around its axis, it takes 24 hours to continuous one rotation, and it divided into this 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of night time. Okay, a period of daytime and night time together makes a one day. Understand that? 7 days from Monday to Sunday make 1 week. We know that days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, this is 7 days of 1 week. 2 weeks make a fortnight. 2 weeks make a fortnight, and 4 weeks make a month. In month there is a 4 weeks, and 12 month makes a year. You know that 12 months, January, February to December, this is a 1 year. In this manner we recon means calculate time in a bigger and bigger units. 1 year is followed by another. That means we complete 2019 and start 2020. 1 year is followed by another, and when 100 years go by, a century is completed. When 10 centuries, that is 1000 years are gone, a millennium is complete. One year is followed by another, and when 100 years go by, there is a century complete, and 10 century means 1000 year. It complete millennium. Such method of dividing time is known as unilinear division of time. It is a main point. Common era, Christian era. In the unilinear division of time, years that follow one after the other are arranged in a serial order. In history books, also a chain of events that follow one after other is presented in a linear and serial manners. Understand? All the events are arranged in a chain, in a sequential. For this usually we refer to the common era, means Christian era, written in short C. C means common era, or AD. AD means Anno Domini, which means in the year of Lord. In the year of Lord. The calendar we use today is based on Christian era. We use that Kalnirnay, Mahalakshmi, etc. calendar we use today. Okay, and that is based on Christian era, means common era, now called the common era. This era began in memory of Jesus Christ. It is the main point. This era began in the memory of Jesus Christ. The first year of era is the year when it began. It show with the number of 1. The years after that are indicated by the next number, means in a serial wise, in the serial order. The first 100 years, that is first century of this era, is written as 1-100 C, common era, or 1-100 AD. Okay. The period of the first millennium of this era written as just like that 1 to 100, just like that 1 to 1000 C, or 1 to 1000 AD. Understand that? We use Christian era. Our calendar is based on common era. Time before the common and Christian era. The period before the common era is known as before common era, means BCE. In short, BCE. The period before common era, means we use common era. Okay, we use common era, but the period before common era is known as BCE, means before common era, or before Christ, means BC. These years of this period are counted and written in the reverse order. The first century before the common era began at the year 100 BCE and ended with 1 BCE. Similarly, the first millennium before the common era began at the year 1000 BCE and ended with the year 1 BCE. That means we calculate BCE at a reverse order. Okay, we calculate common era in sequence wise and we calculate BCE in reverse order. Okay, so the first century before the common era is indicated 100 to 1 BCE and the first millennium before the common era is indicated as 1000 to 1 BCE, means reverse order. Look here, we calculate millennium 1 to 1000 CE and in reverse order we calculate BCE 1000 to 1 BCE. Let's look at some examples of this method of indicating time before the common era of Christian era. The lifetime of Vardhaman Mahavir is written as 599 BC to 527 BC, means it is in a reverse order. The lifetime of Gautam Buddha is written as in between 563 BC to 483 BC, means in a reverse order. Here we complete point 1, division of time. Okay.